Are we live right now?
No, I think we actually went live with you asking the question, which is great. Hey, welcome to Jarviskjir Here Be Heroes, the show that's here right now for you. I don't have any better than that. We're down Erin today. She's seeing family, and pretty much everyone is sick to some degree. So it's gonna be a great show today.
It's Kay. I got chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, Tesh ordered soup while we were in like the pre-stream and was just feverishly waiting to see if it would arrive on time.
Minus 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get scurvy.
Psh, I very likely could get scurvy. Who likes fruit? Is icky. It's gross. Anyway, where we left off. Well, actually, why doesn't William tell us what happened last week? And a quick recap of all the things. When he's not eating an orange.
And that ship was captained by Lauren, I believe. Laren. Look, words are difficult. Anyway,
I know the British occasionally put U's where they don't belong, but
Canadian, it's fine.
We're just one of the colonies. It's fine.
Come on now. And you know, we were almost caught by pirates, but Tesh did some shenanigans, and then
I know, whole fight with pirates completely avoided. Great.
Mm-hmm. And
then these trained me well.
Both Virik and Burwitt had some weird fever dreams, and then you know we are pretty much at Astana.
Yeah, we went past a month and a half, I believe, of time of you guys sailing and traveling for more or less a month and a half to get to Istana, and the stream starts with your little ship, the late retirement, heading towards Istana on the distance. As I described, it's a little island with big buildings. Even though you can't see them in any true detail right now, you can see that they stretch up quite a deal higher than they compare to some of the towers of Bastillion, but never that high. There is a cloud that's sort of formed around the island, a little bit of morning mist, as well as smoke and perhaps steam that conceals the actual shape of the buildings and things. But many ships that are either anchored nearby or docked on the dock lines that go around the whole island. And Laren starts wheeling the ship in.
We survived.
We did.
So that's good.
Land, finally.
Oh, it wasn't so bad, Virik.
It was pretty bad.
You're here.
Sure, with a bunch more bruises.
Well, bruises aren't so bad. And besides, you learned how to confuse pirates, so...
Okay, yeah, that was fun.
I mean,
look at the bright side.
It's pretty much impossible for us to tell how bruised you are, Virik, so...
That's racist.
That's not racist, he's a drow.
He's also usually wrapped from head to toe. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
I imagine you might have got a bit lazy with that sometimes out in the open sea.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. 100%.
Well, I mean, who are you going to be wearing the mask for?
Exactly. Like... Everyone knows. No one gives a shit. Laren asks questions occasionally, but... well-meaning questions. But slightly racist questions, because she's human.
I'm pretty sure Virik would be used to it by now.
I mean, traveling with Eleanor and Tobias? Yeah. Probably a little bit used to it.
That's racist to assume our racism.
Oh,
it's not.
If there's one trope that
while
humans have, it's racism. You all start doing your jobs on the ship to actually get the ship docked. It takes a little bit of time, but it's still the city is still overwhelmed by morning mist when you dock. This is such a busy dock, and the forms it takes do not compare to the docks at Slate Cove, the small little farming village or town, or a radio, which is a wood elven dock with large open spaces and things. No, this is a very tight, dense dock that Barut reminds you of the docks that work in the Kingdom of Northenden. They're so dense, they're busy, there's yelling, there's machinery. These docks are not just beautiful sprawling systems of wood. No, they are, there's metal segments, there's cranes, there's machinery being used. There's some parts of the dock that are buoyant on the water for the ever-present changing of the tides. And all of them kind of twist and sprawl with multiple layers that go further into the city. With each dock lane busy with people, gnomes, but most of the work on all the ships is being done by humans or half-orcs or occasionally the odd minotaur, because gnomes are not physically strong little creatures. It's very soon after you dock up and tie up, before any of you get off the ship, that a gnomish individual approaches the ship with a clipboard, wearing very smart clothes, a hat with a feather, and will straight up board the ship. Like, you put the plank out to get, and he'll just board right on, and Laren doesn't seem surprised by this. And those two just start having a communication, which I imagine Barut is pretty interested in, where pretty much she is declaring the ship and the people on it and why you're here and stuff, and how long you're going to stay. It's actually when the gnome is like, how long are you expecting to stay? That she will actually glance at you, Barut, and she will say, I'd only have to stay long enough to get cargo and leave, but I know you have an agenda here. I don't know if you would have told her the true truth of why you're here, because you don't even super know, but she knows that you're here on a mission.
Yeah, I think we would have probably left it to, we have some business here that might take time.
Yeah.
Not necessarily an incredible amount of time, but
Yeah.
it depends.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she would look to you, because she knows you're adventurous. She knows that you've gone around the world doing jobs, and she was a mercenary. She knows that this kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're looking for something, so it may take however long it takes to find it.
If you straight up say that, the gnome's conical ears twitch in a little bit of frustration, and he writes something down in gnomish on the notepad and says, before you leave, do check in with the port offices. Everything should be above board. But please be sure. Remember, when you are in Istana, you will obey Istana's laws. But other than that, enjoy your stay. Oh, and he fishes in a pocket, and he will hand to Barut, because you guys are straight up talking like, oh, we have to go and leave. He'll hand to Barut 6 tickets. And they are printed tickets on a little bit of cardstock that have the squalling, swirling symbols of Gnomish, and then printed in common as well. It says, present this ticket for a free Knurveld. Or Knurvelb. Let me check.
What?
At the at the Marble Jar Tavern. They're straight up a coupon.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
All right.
Knurvelb. It's a B. Knurvelb. And he'll give you a bow, and he will head off. But as he heads off and gets back on the dock, and he will repeat, remember, when you're in Istana, you will obey Istana's laws, which...
Do you have a copy of those, by any chance?
He seems very impressed that you ask that. Looking around, most of the other ships here seem to be of a less nerdy repute. Istana has a bit of a reputation for being one of the cities that pirates are welcome in, which is probably why he is repeating this point very often. Yes, you're allowed here. We won't worry about what you do outside, but here you obey. And he will actually straight up point towards the Port Authority, to where you can absolutely request a copy of the laws.
Works.
Thank you very much.
I was going to ask anyway, so that works.
Yeah. It's important. I mean, if we're going to be staying here for a period of time, we should at least review the laws and make sure that there's nothing that we're going to be doing that's not above board, lest we get into trouble.
I
That could cause problems.
can't
Also,
imagine us doing anything that would be considered illegal.
Well, I just got to look at what the consequences
You say
are.
that as Laren starts removing things from the smuggling compartment of the ship.
Yeah.
She will turn to you, and when she sort of gets the cargo, and Aelenor's actually helping her get the heavy cargo out from the bottom of the ship, and she will say, Aelenor's gonna help me with the cargo while you go off and do your things. If you need anything, just shout. And she kind of nods to like her crossbow where it's leaning. And Aelenor, of course, has a big sword, but she will not be joining you on land. There may be some distaste in her face from the grimy air here, and
Oh yeah.
she
As you can tell, it's affecting Virik.
yes, Brooke immediately goes to a polluted city and gets a sinus infection.
As long as it's not scurvy.
That's true.
But yeah, do you? I imagine you just head off along the docks to the Port Authority to get that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to grab a copy of the laws and any other information that they might have available for that. Like if they have a map of the city, if they have any other useful information for us.
I would say, like, straight up, you hand over like a silver for that. But as you're walking along the docks, you see a little bit of a sight. Some of these docks are most of these docks are fully stone based construction. They're actually a lot more sturdy and designed for heavy travel than most docks in most cities. Where you see on like a further dock, it just catches your attention, a half orc, which probably none of you have seen before aside from maybe Barut, a big, burly, mostly naked, grayish green guy goes over to one of the various merchants around here who is quite literally selling fruit to try and ward off scurvy, and he just takes one, and you see the gnome shopkeeper be like, no, what are you doing? And he just pushes him into the water, and as the half orc laughs and bites into the fruit and the juice dribbles, you see the manhole covers and various little metal areas on the docks twist and move, and two little creatures made of metal and cogs and clockwork components around the size of kobolds or goblins run up and gang up on him, and with electric hands tase him, and then start dragging him away to the Port Authority. Like, they both take a leg
Oh shit.
and start dragging him away, and no one seems to be slightly concerned by this. This seems very normal.
Huh.
But then you get to the Port Authority, you get to the nice little, very well-kept offices. Again, it reminds you of Northenden because, or some parts of Thundral, like the very, how they had a lot of work to the libraries to make sure that everything's prim and proper in the systems. When you come and ask, oh, I want maps and laws, they're very impressed because, again, not many people actually ask for these sort of things. You get a very well-printed document, a printed map of the city and its districts, and enough to help you travel around. And it is of note that it is printed because printing is not a huge... Not every... Most of the books you've read wouldn't be printed, you know. The laws, when you flick through them, they're mostly the same that you would expect. There is a whole thing about how important technology or items or intelligence cannot be sold to non-gnomes. That's really the only law here that really seems strange, but also isn't so strange you're like, oh, why would I do that? No, of course, it's if they're keeping their...
Like a gate stone, for example.
Yes, and you were told to ask about something called Drim, which probably also would be one of those, you're just assuming. But you have these little coupons to go to the Marble Jar Tavern. So I imagine you start looking on the map to go find it, right?
Absolutely.
Curious what a
Nervelb?
Knervelb?
It does have the KN, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Nervel.
As you leave the docks and start walking into the city proper, You have never been anywhere like Istana. It is a gnomish city, and gnomes rarely get above 4 feet tall, but it isn't built for just gnomes, because like most of the travelers coming here are not gnomes. So the streets are wide enough for a degree of travel, but they're still dense. They're filled with boutiques and shops, and there is an unpleasant smell in the air that kind of clings to the mist and the steam, but also very beautiful silks and tailoring and fruit and things that are typical of a dock hub city, a port city. In the shops, you see people with extravagant tailors. You see straight up a stationery shop, like a shop selling inks and pens and things, which very rarely is its own shop. There's a point where you see the gnomes in their various... The gnomes here are dressed very well. Waistcoats and smart suits and lots of hats. And sit on like a chair that has like a mechanical boot cleaning thing when he puts in a silver. It's not like a gnomish city, a dwarven city when you imagine it so dense, with everything being pretty, but kind of the grime in weird ways, the way that some of the copper pipes between buildings let out steam and are starting to turn green, has its own kind of strange little beauty that I imagine only one of the three would appreciate. Although Virik, the denseness of the city does remind you a little bit of drow construction. On the way to this tavern, you pass people trying to sell you watches and timepieces and potions and all these sort of things, like straight up like, "You've come in from far away, genuine golden timepiece, sir," stuff like that. It's a dense, bustling city, and I imagine you very much enjoy people watching in a place like this. When you get further away from the dock, it becomes more and more just gnomes, but not to the extent that you are considered strange to be walking around. Eventually you find the Marvel Jar Tavern, which is a bit further into the city. You're no longer on the docks, you're actually in the city proper. The Marble Jar appears to be quite a warm and comfortable tavern. You open a glass door and a little bell jingles. Like a lot of the buildings you'd expect here, and again, this reminds you, Virik, very compact, all the spaces being used well. You can see all the drinks are up very high and have little stools so they can all store them like on top of each other and stuff like that. And immediately, one of the things you'd notice is that this is a gnomish bar. There is a drow sitting at the bar drinking a beer out of a bottle. A drow woman. No attempt to disguise it in any way. Another thing that you'd notice, I think Barut would pay most attention to this, is in common, because not much is written in common here. It is a, guess, play the marble jar, and straight up, it's right up by the bar, and it's a jar full of marbles.
Okay. Virik, would you be kind of like dumbstruck for a second? Just complete nothing then? You guys see that too, right?
The jar, yes. It's a
No, her.
Oh, yes.
Huh, she's just like you.
Yeah.
She's not wearing a mask.
A drow allowed here?
Hold on.
Well, there's
I'm
one
gonna
over
read
there.
the rules.
There is of races forbidden to enter Istana. Kobolds are the only one that is straight up. There is no other things. It's like, okay, you might be allowed. Like goblins, if you have a goblin ship, which do exist, you have to wait at port and you have to get approval. Drow are never mentioned on their free pass.
I'm gonna show that to Virik and say, it's fine.
Take off the mask, pull back the hood a bit. This is weird.
It's a bit of a weird tavern anyway. It's dense. There's quite a few people in here. It'd be about as many as in your old local tavern, but a much smaller space. There's someone playing the guitar pretty lacklustery, but it gives you a little bit of noise. But the street is causing a whole bunch of noise as well, so it kind of ends up working together. And there's just a low chatter in the room of Gnomish and other languages. And Gnomish is a very strange language to listen to. It's very fast and very changes pitch quite quickly.
Varric is actually going to go up to the drow woman.
As he goes up, I'm gonna look to Baruit and just say, "Do you think they know each other?"
It doesn't usually work like that. I think he's going up to her because he doesn't know her, and that's more strange.
I'm gonna see what this coupon is all about.
Yes. Go ahead. Let me know what it is when it comes back to that. And Baruit's gonna just be holding his sword hilt a little bit and watching Varric.
This could go one of two
this
ways.
Could go either way, and Baruit is kind of he's gonna find a wall, lean against it, and just watch, basically. Yeah. And I'm listening, by the way.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
Okay, so just hi.
She will put her beer bottle down, and look to you. She's a drow woman who appears to be a little older than you, but then elven aging, so not a huge amount. Her hair's tied up. She's wearing the kind of armor that's like leather and dense fabric, but with metal plates over it, so it's a little heavier. And very clearly, like, a sword is just resting behind her by the stool. And she will just, like, turn to you and then kind of be a bit confused and like, hi.
You are the first other drow I've met up here. In the above, I mean.
I can't say the same to you, but it has been a while.
Huh.
What are you doing?
I'm here with my friends over at Gesture. Pardon me, I'm going to gesture to them. And just, we're here looking for something. But, yeah.
She smiles quite a bit at that, at how vague that is.
Intentionally vague.
This place is probably used to that. Have you been up here all your life, or?
I've not been in this city all my life.
No, I mean, in the above, not in the Underdark.
She will look to you, and then she will unbutton her armor a little bit, and like around there is a blue eye tattooed on her chest.
Oh.
And then she
Okay.
smiles, and when you have that moment, she'll rebutton it, and she'll smile and like, so I imagine we got out a similar way.
Yeah, very much, sir.
What's
your name?
She continues drinking her beer, and she'll like drink a good deal of it, and then she'll shake your hand and says, "My name is May."
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. What are you here for?
What's that, Will?
I say he's turning into me. He's taking notes. Let everybody. Just, Varric pulls out a notebook.
Look, my brain is barely working today. If I don't take notes,
Yeah,
I
no,
forget
exactly.
Like a minute. Okay. Varric. Oh wait, I already did that. Brain not working, like I said.
But
No,
is Varric flustered enough to then give his name twice?
Actually, probably.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Wait, no, I already did that. What are you here for?
I work here. And then she will tap the rapier. It says, I deal with things that the gnomes can't deal with, like abominations in the sewers, demons and pretending to be people. You know, things that gnomes just don't have a nose for.
Huh.
They're
There are
in need
demons
of
in the
good
sewers?
workers. Sometimes. It's just like any city. There's always a whole bunch of nasty stuff that happens below, and gnomes are very willing to pay someone to get rid of the nasty stuff.
Fair enough. Huh. And I saw those things that they had at the dock with they popped out of the ground and they knocked a guy out and dragged him off.
You're talking about the governors.
The governors. That's a cool name.
They are.
So there's like.
They are the guards here. And then you She says that, and only just then have you noticed you have not seen a guard the entire time, which is so weird in a fantasy world like this. There's no watchtowers, there's no guards patrolling the streets, there's no guard outside the tavern. It's completely nothing.
It's like now, and then we look back through our memory and see those manholes everywhere.
Yes! Very much like how Bioshock has the vents for the little sisters everywhere. They are everywhere, all over the place.
Huh. This place is very different.
And yet, very similar.
That's true. Oh, anyway, nice meeting you. You probably would do the nice.
Yeah. She will smile a bit more, and then we'll notice that Tobias, when you go and give the coupon in, the old gnome behind the counter will be very excited to hand to you a cup of a steaming cup of a warm, very spiced wine. And he'll say, he's like, is this your first time having Gnurveld? Well, it only comes out in the winter months. You've come just in time to have Gnurveld.
Ooh, I want to try some.
You like have the other token.
Right. Yeah. It is. This is my first time here. I'm excited. You seem excited.
Oh,
let's make it happen.
We love Gnurveld beer. We love when it only comes out during the winter. It's great.
Is there a reason for that?
Worried.
It would only be good during the winter.
Seriously,
Okay.
they're trying to
I believe you.
How does something only be good in the winter?
Can I do an insight on that?
Yeah, if you want.
Some kind of check here to determine what the hell.
Eric would have no idea. It's like alcohol is alcohol. Would it really good in the winter?
It seems a traditional thing.
Traditional.
It is a traditional winter drink that.
Like eggnog.
It would be strange to drink out. It'd be like drinking eggnog in June.
Okay, so he's not like it's not like a.
It's not like a.
We harvested these people.
No,
like
it appears to be just that
only in winter.
We're so scarred.
The gnomes here just get very excited about their winter drink that they only drink in winter.
That someone said something was seasonal, and we're immediately jumping to like it's made with people.
Look, we met a hag who ate people for fun.
I forgot about that, and I forget about that.
I forget that you have the book.
Yeah, no, I have it in my backpack.
A book of how to eat people.
Yeah, if I die, there's gonna be some questions.
We'll be the people who come in and raise your browser history. We'll get rid of the book.
Just burn it. Yeah. Not all of my books, just that one.
Just that one. I'll take it and drink some of it. How is it? Is it
Very
good?
cool as well.
Would you like a warm spiced wine? It's very
Probably.
spiced. Yeah.
If it's that's something
because
that
it is actually pretty cold in this city. But again, it's not it's not cold to any of you. It's cold to the people here. It's actually quite warm to you, but it's still it'd probably be like 4 degrees C or something, you know, which is pretty cold. But you're used to like below 0.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Whew.
It's great.
I like it.
Yeah, May will just kind of like chuckle and be like, didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know it was Gnurveld time.
Apparently, it is Gnurveld time.
It's good. Don't know why you learned them into winter though.
She just it would only be good in winter.
Burwood's gonna take one of the spare tokens or one of the spare coupons that we have and give it to May and just say, we have some spares.
She will take your hand and give you a sort of ceremonial sounding Elvish thank you, but it's very much a different dialect of Elvish. Which Virik would recognize as being not Drowish, but blue eyes.
Yeah.
Very, very peaceful dogma and faith, and lots of these very emotional thank yous, and she will order one and be very happy with it. But she will straight up say, "Is like, I know it's a little weird to think about 4 seasons instead of just the shuffle down there, but
Yeah,
get used
I
to
went
it.
from like that to the north, which is just cold and nothing but cold. And then we went to the Elven Forest, and that was very different.
I don't like the cold." She says, like, slurping the
Yeah.
warm drink.
I didn't like it at first, but I got used to it.
So, what are you actually here for, really?
Viric's gonna look to
She
the others
says,
like-
looking at Barut in his full armor.
Yeah. Vieric looks to the others because he knows if he tries to, he will just say it. So he's like looking to the others like, what do we say?
We're looking for a rock.
It's an important rock.
Well, I suppose you've probably come to the right place.
That's what we're told, but whether or not we actually have or not is a whole other question. We were told to ask about something called Drim. Not really sure what that is.
Never heard of that before in my life. Sounds like some sort of gnomish name. Schlurps again. And then she puts it down. But if it's gonna take you a while, I actually have some work that I'm gonna be doing. If you want to help. You look capable.
Look to the others. Vieric is like knows he cannot judge properly here, so he's just looking to the others. Like, let them do the judging.
Self-aware Vieric is self-aware. Yeah.
He's also probably just brain dead at the moment. Like
He's just
It's not
completely
something-
overwhelmed seeing another drow in the first time for like 6 years or something.
another blue eyes drow too.
Bruin's actually going to turn to Tobias and
Well, she
say-
has red eyes. But she's a
Oh
blue
yeah,
eyes
no,
drow.
it's the
I know,
yeah.
just so chat knows.
Oh yeah, okay.
Barut's going to turn to Tobias and kind of look a little bit uncomfortable would be the best description. Do we have time, do you think?
Yeah. I guess that depends. Because we very much don't have a lot of time here, and we are very much in a hurry.
But without information, we can't really act on anything.
Exactly.
Maybe an opportunity for us to get information.
Exactly.
This is very much out in the open. Like, Berwood is not hiding this conversation at all. It's very intentional as well. We may want to consider it. The other aspect to it, though, is that we probably need to know what we'd be getting into first. And Berwood at that point is going to turn to May and say, "So what would we be getting into?"
Hunting monsters in the sewers.
He's going to turn immediately back to Tobias. It's still our job.
Oh, that's a good
True.
point.
Apparently
It is
some people
technically-
went missing down there. Apparently weird noises has been heard. They dump a lot of stuff down their sewer systems that they really shouldn't. I mean, it might just be kobolds clawing their way back up. It might be something else. I don't know. I'm not really scared of it. And she will, like, pick up her rapier and start cleaning it. And I imagine Vieric, who's right there, and actually you'd all notice that the blade shines with, like, a little bit of, like, prismatic light as she's cleaning it.
Cool.
I mean, if we're gonna have to wait a little bit of time before we can continue
waiting.
with,
The right word, but we don't have
Yeah.
information.
then we might as well put our talents to use.
The maybe I'll be able to help you find this Drim if you help me. You know.
Bird's gonna
And
turn-
she'll actually straight up smile at Vieric and be like, just like home, you know, a favor for a favor.
Fair.
Oh boy. Bird's gonna turn to the tavern keeper and just say, "You haven't heard of Drim, have you?"
He will shrug and say, Can't say that I have, sir, but I have heard of my marble jar game. If you want to have a go.
He's
Just put a
Sales
silver
with a
in
pie.
to take a guess how many marbles are in the jar.
Okay. Bruitt's gonna just look and just.
You can give
Look
me a
over.
perception check. If you want to
He's
look at the
gonna-
jar.
Well, I'm gonna look over at the other two, and I'm gonna say,
Want you to look at the jar.
I will not
I'll do it.
do this well.
I'll look at your jar, old man.
Well, if you're doing it, I may as well.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Perceptions.
All right.
You know what? Rick's gonna do it too. Go down a silver. And perception. Nope.
You end up counting around 30, but the numbers you give are wrong. Well, actually,
I was gonna say,
what number?
regardless,
Yeah.
my number I think is actually I don't know. Probably like 69 marbles. That's my guess.
Okay, Tobias.
Uh,
Long time at
Bruitt-
sea.
so Burwood says if he's counting around 30, he's going to assume he's wrong a little bit with that count, and he's going to assume that there are approximately 10 more in there than he's counting, and so he's going to guess 38.
Merrick is gonna hear those two guesses and go 50.
The gnome chuckles and says, "You're all wrong," and just takes your coins. But one of you got close.
Ooh.
I want to insight that.
Yeah.
See which one of us he's talking about. If possible.
Damn.
He's not lying, first of all. This isn't a con.
Good.
And the way you can tell that is that other people are pretty invested as well.
Mm.
And if this was a con, you wouldn't have this be such a big thing if it was going to be a con like that. But it seems like you were pretty close.
Okay.
Maybe thinking about it the right way.
Okay. Good to know. What are the rules on re-guessing?
Double
Pay
the
us over
price every
guessing.
time.
Double the price every time. Okay.
But it resets when I set a new jar if someone guesses it correctly. We had one jar here for 3 years.
You know, here's an important question that none of us asked. What do you get if you answer correctly?
The pot. You get
Ooh,
all the
what?
coin that's been put in today. If no one guesses by the end of the day, I keep the coin.
What's the pot at right now?
He will kind of like look at it, and it seems like he's got like a bowl under the tavern table, and he's like, 16 gold.
That's pretty good. I
I want to look it over again.
Give you another perception.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll give you advantage because you know you were close.
double
Consistency.
50.
You've worked out the trick.
Yeah.
There are bigger marbles in the middle.
Yeah.
And it ends up being 34 marbles. So you counted the 30,
Yeah.
but you know, if you consider there are much bigger ones.
While he's doing that, can I pay another 2 coins and just make a perception check not an advantage to see
Yeah.
if I notice?
Yeah.
I'll laugh. Okay.
Nah.
I guess not that
One
number.
double.
64.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay the 2 silver and say 34.
And he will unscrew the jar and he will count out the 34 marbles. Excruciatingly slowly for everyone. Now there's a bit of a crowd of locals who frequent the place. And there's a little bit of a cheer and people pat you on the back and he'll hand you the gold of the day. Like, hey, good eye, but you know, I suppose that would be to be expected.
Not as good as some people's, but like to think that maybe I have a chance here and there.
You should see this guy out at sea.
No, please don't. I'll take one of those Knervelb now.
Yeah.
Pull out one of the coupons.
Drinking time.
Yeah.
Take a drink.
It's when you're like doing that May will actually stand up and she will sheath her rapier. She doesn't have a sheath for it. It's just belt loop. And she will say, "I'm gonna get going. If you want to join me, feel free. If not, enjoy your Gnervelb."
I'm gonna.
Oh, you're going right now. All right.
I'm gonna
Down
take
the
a
rest
drink.
of my nerve valve and be like, "Let's go."
It's absolutely
I'm
not a
chugging
chuggable
mine.
drink.
And I guess I'm chugging mine.
Nor is coffee, but yeah.
True. True.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I feel gross. Like the bloated gross, probably.
Like, have you ever
Yeah.
chugged
Like a
eggnog
warm
before?
bloated.
Ah.
I imagine Varric wouldn't successfully chug it. He would like do the.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
If anyone
It's not
leaves any behind, I'm
fun.
going back to finish
Absolutely. That's the true drinker. And she'll walk you into some of the alleyways where it's a little more dirty, dripping pipes, steam vents, things like that. And she'll point to one of two manhole covers, and she'll say, "If you go down that one and clear that out, I go down this one. Should meet in the middle.
Okay.
And scream real loud if there's a demon or something."
Don't have to worry about that.
She will like crowbar one open because she doesn't seem super strong. She's a drow, and hop down. Whereas your one, when you open it, however you open it, actually has a wood and metal ladder that goes down into the tunnels.
Okay. When we get down there, I guess I'll volunteer to go first, unless anyone's really wants to.
I
be
was
first
gonna
to
go down first, but yeah,
Do you
no, if
wanna
you
go-
want to, I'm not gonna stop you.
Do we want to go stealthy?
Oh,
There's
I guess
actually, of note, when you open it up, there's actually a lantern, like a wall-mounted
Oh.
lantern, gas-powered, it seems, down in there that's illuminating it.
Oh no. Dancing lights. Just.
As we go down, and I guess once we get to the bottom, I'm gonna just take a second to like examine the walls and examine the slime and whatnot that is around, and take a minute to see if I can detect the presence of any monstrosities. In the...
You do not. Aside from the background sensing that you would imagine in a
Sure.
sewer like this, nothing big, you know,
Mhm.
in a place like this, that like rat spiders and
So,
horrible things.
Favorite enemy stuff aside, I would also like to make just a straight up survival
Yeah.
check, just to look for traces of anything.
Varric would also go to turn to Brute. Actually, take that just in case, because I may have to stop doing these.
Or it's gonna. Is the lantern attached to the wall?
It is
Oh,
attached to the
no.
wall, seemingly
Oh,
by.
shit.
It's actually a pipe. It's actually a gas pipe that's plugged into it. It wouldn't work if it was removed.
We cannot take it. It's designed to stay exactly where it is.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. You and I will
I'll
be. Able
focus on these then.
There doesn't seem to be anything down here.
Oh. Well, perhaps May was overreacting.
Like, literally nothing.
Oh,
No rats,
Right?
nothing.
I,
Not that I
Maybe
can
there's, like-
find anyway.
Don't-
Maybe there's the governor's clean down here or something.
It is actually pretty clean. You'd imagine there must be some sort of automated cleaning because you've all been in sewers before for some sort of reason, but these tunnels are tight and clean.
I want to just have a look around, immediately around us here.
Yeah. Give me a perception check if you wish. So immediately ahead of you is a... there are flooring... sections of floor that actually go into more runoff. These are either maintenance tunnels or just the overflow of the sewers, whereas there are actually tunnels that go below that as well. And from the smell in the air, it sounds like an area further ahead is overclogged, but not with sewage. It appears to be stagnant water and a little bit of something else that you don't immediately recognize, but you can give me a nature check if you want.
Yeah, I will.
Oh dear.
Not that I'm good at it, but you know.
Yeah, it's just like a stagnant water and a hint of nutmeg and a little bit of a rose. No, you have no idea.
No idea. Cool.
All of no.
All you know is that you don't recognize it, and it is strange. You know.
Do you see that, Tobias?
No. Do I see what?
Right, of course. That strange thing over there.
Can I make a perception?
I also make a perception.
Sure. Oh, I'm glad. Virik starts stumbling forward ahead of you, even though he can see in the dark quite clearly. You actually see something quite quickly, Virik. Bodies. Corpses. Gnomish corpses. Actually one gnome and a human. And as you're going, getting closer a little curiously, they start to scrunch and twist and get up as zombies.
You guys okay?
Roll me initiative.
Do you actually want us to roll initiative, or
Yeah.
do you want us to wait till the tracker's out?
Cheeky. That was very cheeky.
I don't like that attitude, Buster. I don't like that attitude one bit.
I mean, it's just a simple question.
Then that sad me. I was like, I can't see anything because it put my token right on the right side of the screen. So I'm like, I can't see anything. Add this would you? Oh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the stats for zombie off the top of my head.
Yeah, you know what? Throwing my chakram down here is probably not going to work too well.
Yeah, you won't
Not
have much
much
room to
space.
bounce back. You definitely have like a
Yeah.
minus on your
Yeah, I might have to do some slash.
Cool. Virik, these zombies are getting up. Could you give me a perception check real quick?
Perception? It's one better than last time.
They're zombies. They're undead. The dead are walking. You've seen it before, but it's still fucking weird.
Yep.
It's a very
okay.
strange sensation.
And
I
I am.
Chat can see them. I cannot see them at all. And
You're
they're
around a
just talking
corner.
about how cute they are.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay, cool. They're zombies. They're
Look,
undead.
some people like gross trash things, and that's my entire like dating chances.
All right.
Okay.
You got the right chat.
Okay, then I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Ooh.
those are hits. Absolutely.
Ooh, damn! I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You attacked
9.
so fast I didn't
10.
get to the right page in the monster manual yet.
I will
will
take
have-
that 27 damage in one turn.
Which one were you attacking?
This one.
Alrighty. 27 damage in one turn. You
You got
cut
zombies.
the zombie's head off. Like, first one staggers it
Oh.
back, second time its head cuts off, and then it's like stumbling, and then continues going forward. You can give me another perception check real quick.
Okay, then that is weird. Its head's off, but it's still coming.
Slowly improving over time.
Nah.
I'm real worried that
Who
you keep
improves?
giving this to me because that means it's real important.
No, it's just a thing. Next up is Tobias.
I cut its head off, but it's still moving.
You hear the sounds of the zombies trudging through the stagnant pools of water through here, dragging their feet through the sludge that forms at the bottom of a sewer.
I'm going to do something extremely not selfish and cast protection from evil and good on Virik.
Hey!
That's touch range, but you can get up to him.
Oh, I can get to him. It is touch.
Yeah.
Hey, friendo.
Hello, friendo.
Then I cast it.
Thank
And yeah, no problem. Don't mention it. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to place Hunter's Mark Jr. on the one that's closest to us.
My 13 AC thanks you.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps. In any case, that's my turn.
Awesome. Bird.
I'm gonna move so I can maybe see things. Oh yeah, I can see sort of things.
You do. I did give you a little dancing lights bonus, but I just put it above your heads because easier that way.
That's what I would have done, yeah.
Exactly. I get you.
I'm just gonna stand here. So I'm just gonna have, you know what? I'm gonna move and then I guess I'll use like my dash action to move and get in front of Virak here. And I'm gonna actually step a couple in front just so that he has room to maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But who's actually?
And hold on one moment. I might do one other thing. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Boop, boop.
That spell I need to use more of in the other campaign where I'm a paladin.
Yep.
I keep forgetting about it.
And that's my turn.
The headless zombie stumbles forward, dragging its feet, gripping the walls.
See? Head gone, still moving.
Bird, give me a perception check. And Tobias.
Griggs has given up looking.
Yeah, no, exactly. What's your AC right now, Bird?
20.
Ooh, he hits exactly a 20. What
Damn
a good
it.
boy.
Damn.
And he will just stumble up and just sort of crash his body into you, clawing and scraping where his fingers are rotten down to bone, dealing 5 damage. He'll actually go all the way around. Virak.
Okay, well,
Hey.
seeing that one, he's gonna come in.
I have a bad feeling these are gonna explode when they die.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Ooh, those both hit.
Oh,
Oh no.
Monk stuff.
that's actually
Straight
You
up
did
monkey
less
business.
damage on
damage
than on
yeah.
any of the other attacks.
And then I would, actually, no, I would. So I moved up there. So that's 1, 2,
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's one of those things, there's like no resistance in these zombies. You can cut and slice through them, but they're not going down. Tobias.
Well, first things first. I can't see shit. Oh, hello, friend.
Oh, I love when that happens. Oh.
It's
Very
like a
cool.
double layer zombie sandwich.
Is okay. Is he flanked right now? Because
Yeah.
I can't see
He
the
is,
other side
yes.
of him. Okay,
I am directly on the other side of him.
then this is gonna just be too
I'm just
attacking
so
him.
ready for them to explode when they die.
silvered Kopesh. That should be an advantage. I apologize.
Reroll
Silvered
that, you
Kopesh.
dirty crime boy.
It's the same thing.
That's a
Here's the other attack, and here's the rapier.
Oh, I
all of
forget
them.
that you're a filthy dual wielder sometimes.
Right?
They all hit.
Perfect. And he takes that much damage.
The zombie
30.
goes down. It's only ones where you have to kind of hack away at it, and the body crumples to the floor as a bloated mess, kind of releasing a foul-smelling but still unrecognizable gas.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Not quite explosion, but I imagine poisonous.
What's that?
Nothing to worry about.
All right.
What?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Nothing.
Tell you
What
when
the
you're
fuck?
Oh, good.
Brute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at this thing.
Please do. That's a hit.
Yeah. For 5. Should be slashing damage, and then I'm gonna move.
Yeah, the zombie doesn't go down as you slash away at it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Doesn't make any real noise either, aside from the sound of, puncturing its lungs and the air being let out and similar horrible things.
Good.
The zombie will stumblingly sort of try to attack at both Barut and Varric, but it's slow, it's predictable. You can back up to
Disadvantage at me, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
it. Doesn't really change anything.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Varric.
I'm going to do this one by one in case it dies. So, does that hit?
That's a hit.
Chop into that one. Whew.
You cut off like a whole arm and some of its flank and it doesn't go down.
God damn it.
Do not like these things.
That's a hit. And with a yell of "God damn it!" most likely, you just stab the whole chakram into the zombie, and you hear bones crunch and splinter, and it just falls into a bunch of parts on the ground, and you're like waiting, and they don't move. But you do see an ooze dripping out of the meat of the body, and kind of coalescing on the ground into a puddle. It actually ends up on top of the water that's kind of on the ground here.
Ugh.
Like oil. But under, you know what I mean.
Do we have anything to get a sample of that?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you want to get a sample of that? The Vyric's actually saying
This is the smell that you smelled before, Barut. It's kind of it's a very weird neutral smell, but nothing quite compares to it. You're muted, by the way, Will.
Not.
I think he's just in silent
Oh.
contemplation.
Yeah. I literally
Well.
went.
So it's dead?
It's not
Is
moving.
it dead?
Yeah.
It's not moving.
It's
is
not
the
moving,
worst
it's a bunch of
response to that
chunks on the
question.
ground and stuff is oozing out of it. It's not clawing at you.
Oh, I see a thing. What do I see?
You see a thing that will immediately rush at you.
Oh, fuck.
Because you moved out of turn order, that means I get to change all the laws of physics.
What? No, that was still my turn.
God damn it, you're right.
That's why I moved.
You're right.
So what do I see?
You see a small, again, kind of gnomish goblin size, well, goblin's more comparable, tealish, greenish skinned creature that's clinging to the wall. And it would be stealthy if it wasn't moving. It's kind of moving and fidgeting and shaking. It has these tattered wings that are kind of dripping smoke. It is very much a monster of some kind.
There's another thing down there. And we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Round the corner. It's small. Had wings, I think. It's hard to see.
Good.
Tobias.
Seems good, right? That seems like a good thing. Better than zombies, maybe.
I don't know. Things that I mean, it could be, but zombies, they were easy. They took a lot of damage, but they were kind of easy. That thing may not be easy.
Oh no, but if we're building our monster hunting resume, it's good to have more things under our belt than just zombies.
This is true.
Tobias, it is your turn.
I am going to strike up a torch.
Seems.
Are you going to
responsible.
immediately throw that torch?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Was to
Fine.
strike up a torch and biff it down the hallway because I can't see very well.
Yeah, that's...
Are we gonna get a fucking detonation here? Throw a torch and the entire place explodes.
He's throwing it over gas that we don't know what the gas is. There's
Yeah.
entirely possible things going to happen here. Things didn't happen. Seems to be
Seems
fine.
about right. We can say you threw it 30.
Perfect.
You do perception checks. My favorite.
That was not meant to be an advantage. I apologize.
Hey, finally a good one.
Rick, you notice that the flame hat on the torch has a very hard time staying together down here.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
I very could speak up saying that the torch is having trouble. There might be something in the air that we don't know about.
That's my turn.
Pick up the torch again.
I'm just kind of like standing over it.
Oh, damn.
There's a
Yum.
gross little gremlin. What's your AC, Mr. Tobias?
17.
It rolled a 16.
What a scrub lord.
And then
I
missed
have to-
again. It basically gets up to you and immediately just starts going. You feel a cold on your from its claws as it swipes at you, and a horrible mist is surrounding the creature's body. But it misses its attacks. Baru.
I was just testing for Shield of Faith there. I do not have it anymore. So. Okay.
Whoops.
Moving up to it. And I am going to attack it with the sword.
Please do.
That is a big ole miss, I'm sure.
That is a big old miss. It's a very fast-moving, jittery thing, and it never stays still in any degree. It's quite hard to hit. It's also almost creating its own cover in this mist that's around it.
Oh, good. Yep. Cool. You know what? I'm gonna recast Shield of Faith.
The paranoia of a cleric.
Yep. Yep. Everything's fine.
Cleric.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Yeah.
I see it on the thing.
Yeah. That's why I didn't necessarily cast a spell. And I mean, I did. I mean, but for my attack, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do blap.
Blap.
Good
That's a
sound.
miss.
Damn.
Pow! Shazam!
Actual blap.
Actual
Yeah.
Actual
And you know what?
Left-handed. Confirmed.
I'm
Rick
gonna throw
is
in.
left-handed, more or less.
Yeah, that's all my characters. Every single character I play, the alternate hand is better.
He's
Absolutely.
left-handed.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw, DC 10. It is not stunned, and actually, after you smack it with that chakram, it becomes mist, and
What?
I
Smooshes
hate
away.
this.
He just animated you so hard.
He did
What?
anime.
Wait, okay, wait. I gotta do movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he
let me zoom in.
7, 8, 9. I can still get it with range of him.
That's funny.
8, 9, 10. Ha! Don't get away from me. I don't get advantage now, though.
Double movement because you move diagonally. You can't do that.
What? No, I counted.
Okay.
It was 10 squares. You just the
5,
token
6.
moved diagonally.
Oh, the token moved diagonally. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't move it diagonally. I miss anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's a big miss. Tobias. That's aggressive. That's
That was
aggressive
very
movement.
Shazam!
That's a hit.
Shazam! Shazumi!
First one is a hit.
so they're all hits.
Yes.
Well,
This
roll
is my
your-
It's gonna
roll your
disappear.
damage first,
right. Okay.
and then
I
it
understand.
disappears.
Yeah.
Where does it reappear?
Probably
Far away.
far away because it knows that we are speedy enough.
And it straight up is now muttering in Fiendish.
Okay.
Casting a spell. It's casting a spell.
Kind of
So
a
in that
Yiddish
case, okay. So do I still have my bonus action then? Because I
Yeah, because
technically
you haven't done your other actions yet,
Yeah,
which is
I
why you
just
shouldn't roll
got-
them all at the same time before doing damage, because things like this happen.
didn't- right. Okay. So in that case, I'm gonna go here, and that's my turn. Because I'm focusing on protection from good and evil on Virk, so I'm not gonna. Actually, I guess with my bonus action, I'll put my Slayer's Prey on this guy because I can just barely see him.
Yeah, you can, and it's dashing its way towards you.
Perfect.
It kind of does a zip back and forth, if almost like it might attack Virik or Barut, and then gets right up to Barut, and will claw at him.
My AC is 20 again.
He hits.
Oh my god.
I'm not surprised. These seem to be dexterous boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing. That's a flawed dice. That is 6 slashing damage and 3 cold damage.
Oh.
Ooh. Mixed at it.
And then attacks again. Yeah,
no.
it's when the creature's long claws pierce your skin, you feel your blood run cold at it. Why don't you roll me a concentration check first? Because that's very important. Whether your AC is going to go down.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And
No,
because
so
your
it's-
AC went down, it hits its second attack. Dealing 6 slashing damage, and this time 6 cold damage to you. And it's just straight up fury swipes at you.
Good. Great. Fantastic news.
Biruit. I knocked
Well-
something over with my foot. Oh, it's an Xbox controller. Who cares? They'll last. They'll last a lifetime. They'll survive the nuke.
These things are tanky as fuck.
Yeah.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at level 2.
That's
Damn.
a good. That's a great heal wounds.
Yeah,
That
damn.
was very
That's
necessary.
really good.
Yeah. And then for my bonus action, I cast Shield of Faith again.
And that's where we're gonna leave it right now, because we're gonna go on a quick break.
Whoo boy.
That's
See
fair.
you in a bit.
That's fair.